Hello everyone, welcome, happy Monday. So I'm back. Came home, had dinner. Now we're gonna craft the ducks. So there are 3 ducks left in the set. They're actually individual, and then they're as a set. So we already did these 2. Aren't they cute? So we did these 2 already, and so we're going to do the rest of these so that we have the set completed, and you can get these individually or as the set, and I put a link down by the comments for you to go see those, and then I will put it here somewhere. Let's see. I'll just put it right here to the newest collection. That's where it is. It's easier to go find it there in the newest collection, and you can go check out the cute little ducks. And let's see, let me turn my phone on here. And come on. Do the thing. Let's see, search, and then go to me. Oh my goodness, there it is. Hello everyone, welcome. Happy Monday. So, in case you missed it, the other day we did these two cute little ducks. Y'all, they're working on the road still. They're working on the road again, and it's distracting. But we already did these 2, and I spent a lot of time painting these and trying to make them look really cute. And so it's probably going to take me a little bit of time tonight to get these done. But at least you guys, if you want to practice your painting and you want to improve on some things, maybe this is one of the ways that you can do that. And I think I got a little rain droplet on my little duck eye. It's raining here also. So unfortunately, we've had to pump out our pool. It's rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. Hello. You ordered them, Kathy? Well, good. I'm so glad. I hope you like them. All right. So, because these are going to take a little bit of time, I'm not going to waste your time making you wait. And I did leave all my colors out here in case you did not see these last time. I will show you all the colors that I'm going to use, and we're going to go from there. So let's start with the little snorkel, shall we? Start with the duck with the snorkel. And I got me some plates here and some sponges. I've got some brushes in case I need them. I've got my alcohol markers over here. And then I've got a bunch of different colors of paint. Hello. Welcome. I'm back. It's raining in Virginia too. I think it's raining everywhere. I really do. I think that there's just like a bunch of rain going like across the United States. Renee, you got the ducks too? Well, good. I'm so glad. I hope you like them. And then we also have the little marching ants. I made a post this morning about them. I was like, the ants go marching too, or one by one. Hoorah. This is so cute. I love it. Okay, so we're going to do the little snorkel one. It was a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, but tomorrow is going to be rain. Well, it's going to rain tonight, and it's going to rain tomorrow, I believe. It's just going to rain. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here with this is coordinate them. So I'm going to coordinate. So I don't want this pool for the little snorkel one to be the same as this pool. So I thought about maybe changing up these colors and including some of this light green here. And then I also, I really do like the colors that I picked here. But I thought, well, maybe we should do some green in this pool and make it a little bit different. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this pool. Howdy. You need the rain, lots of wildfires burning. Really? Oh my goodness. When will we craft the ants? Well, I got to have Dylan cut a piece because one of the legs is missing because I had to take it from one and put it with another to glue them together. So I'll see if I can have Dylan cut cut that little leg tomorrow, and then maybe we'll do them either Wednesday or Friday. We'll see. I didn't craft this Friday because Avery she wanted to stay the night. She was asking. She wanted to sleep over. And then I was like, it was already really kind of late. And then she wanted to watch a movie. And I was like, well, I guess, we'll just watch a movie together. So when she stayed the night, Friday, we watched a movie and we really had a good time. So maybe, I don't think she's going to want to stay Friday, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll try to do them on Wednesday. Okay, I think I have everything here. Hello, everyone. I don't have any air conditioning out here because my AC is not working, so I didn't even bother to turn it on. It's just off over there. Something's wrong with it. And I didn't do anything about it over the weekend, so it is what it is. All right, so what did I use last time? I used Baby Duck. I definitely used the Baby Duck color. And then I think I used the Golden Straw. And I think I used the True Ochre. But I think what I'm going to do this time is just, I think I'm just going to try to do it the same way I did before. Time with the grandkids is the best, isn't it? Well, Riley wanted a sleepover. Let me tell you. So before we get started crafting, Riley is 3 years old. And she is the cutest thing in the world. She is the sweetest thing in the world. And she's on this thing now where I don't know what it is, but if I leave the room, she thinks that I have left. If I go to the bathroom, if I go anywhere, she immediately panics and is like, I have to tell Lolly bye and give her a hug. And I'm like, honey, I just went to the bathroom. So I don't know what is up with her, but so Friday night she wanted to stay the night and she didn't. I told her, I said, girl, the last time you tried to stay the night, you lasted 15 whole minutes and Bob had to take you home. So she did not stay the night. Saturday, they came over and we had to go to Ulta. I had to go to Ulta. And I had got brown mascara instead of black mascara. And so I had to exchange my mascara, which was more than 60 days since I had bought it. So I had to buy new mascara. And so Avery went shopping with us. And and Riley didn't go. Avery went with us shopping. And so as I'm trying to like leave, and I had April take Avery to the car, I'm trying to leave. And every time I walk towards the kitchen, she just starts crying and crying. And she's like, I need a hug. I don't want you to leave. And she is so sensitive and she's so sweet. And she is just my little buddy. I just love her to death. I really do. She is just the sweetest little thing. All right, so this is Baby Duck. This is Golden Straw, and this is True Ochre. And that's what we're going to use to paint our little ducks. Hello from Scotland. What's up in Scotland, you guys? Hello, hello. Do you think they will get all three finished? Do I think I'll get all three of these finished? Yes, I'm going to stay here however long it takes to get all the three of these done. Yeah, I'll be here getting it finished. So we're going to do an ombre, okay? In case you are not sure how to do an ombre, you're going to literally layer the colors on your sponge. And so I'm going to start with the True Ochre at the top. And then I'm going to do the Golden Straw is going to be next. And it's just kind of going to overlap that True Ochre. And then I'm going to bounce it on my plate right here, just like this, and get most of that color off of there. And I'm going to try to build my ombre this way. So now I've got that Baby Duck at the bottom. So see how it's starting to get lighter, and then we got a little bit of dark. And now I'm going to scoop up that True Ochre along that edge right there. Just need to get a little smidge more. Just like this. So I'm going to get me a little bit more of that Baby Duck. And so now we've got like all three kind of in the middle there. And I'm just going to bounce that little sponge till it looks like so. Okay. Sweet Riley, I'm telling you, she is the absolute sweetest thing in the world. All right, so we're going to do our little wing here. The wing goes on our little duck that has a little snorkel. Y'all, it's so cute. So cute. Hello, you came to enjoy the crafts tonight. Well, good. I'm so glad you're here. So we're gonna just go around the border of our wing all the way around. And I probably should have put this on a piece of tape, but it'll be okay. I'm just gonna go around the edge of our little wing like this. So our wing looks like that. It's got that little feathery look to it. Now we're gonna do our little duck. So we're just gonna go all the way around our duck, and I'm gonna go and get a little bit more paint, and I've got these kind of going right here. So I'm just gonna pick them up, and I'm gonna get a little bit of that golden honey. Is it golden honey or golden straw? Golden straw. Golden straw, and then that little bit of baby duck there. And we're gonna do it just like that. Kind of have to reload it that way. Like reload your sponge. There we go. Good evening. Good evening. So this wing is gonna get covered up, that little spot right there. So we're just gonna go all the way around with our sponge, and I'm gonna work myself to the middle and come back around. So just kind of like so. And I'm gonna blend upwards just a little bit. And then let's go around like this. And you just kind of work yourself to the edge. Want to create a little bit of dimension here. Just a little bit. Alrighty. And kind of like that. I feel like I got a little out of the color. The mask is going to cover that. So our little duck looks like this now. Got little color variations on the sides. And we're going for this, like, see how it blurs outward on the edges, and you got a little bit of that lighter color kind of in the middle. That's how you're going to get that look, is with an ombre. Just like so. All right. I'm going to go back in just a little bit and get some of that darker and just go around the head just a little bit more. Kind of like that. And then just around the base of the body, just a smidge. So just like that. So see how it looks like there's a really rich kind of halo around. And then I'm just gonna tap with my sponge lightly and blur the lines just a little bit more, instead of it being so now it looks a little more foggy and smoky looking. All right, so we got that one, and we've got our wing. And oh, we need to do the little hair right here. So I'm gonna do the hair a little bit lighter on the bottom, and then I'm gonna do a little bit darker at the top. Whoops, just a little bit. Got your box today with layers of cutouts of glass. This is all new to me. I have the wide star stripes. What would you paint the frame? I think I personally like the dark black look, but not everybody likes that. Not everybody likes that. If you want it to look like lead, like beading from like stained glass, my biggest recommendation for you, if you're trying to do like a faux stained glass look, is to go and look up traditional stained glass. And when you go and look at traditional stained glass, you're going to see that some of the beading is copper, some of it is black, some of it is silver, some of it's like a patina color, some of it is colored. It just depends on the look that you're going for personally. And I think you're the only person who's really going to know what that is when you go and look at some inspiration pictures. And so that's what I did. I like the wrought iron look, and that's why I do a lot of my outlines black. But you might like something different. You really might. Okay, so now we're going, you know what I'm missing? I have no stand. I have no stand for this. Hang on. Wait a second. I'm like, I have no stand. I just realized that. It was in the other bag. That's okay. So we're going to do our pool. So our pool, if you see inside here, has the pool color that we're going to use on the inside of this, okay? So the water's splashing out, but the pool is going to be the same color as what we do here, okay? Love the ducks. You ordered them tonight. Well, that's awesome. Love it. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and do the beak. Let's do the beak. This one doesn't have any legs, so we don't have to worry about that. And I think what I'm going to do is, I did the light, see how the beak looks? I did the spice pumpkin with the canyon orange. And then we added a little bit of white to kind of like tone it down. So this is my yellow plate. I've made an absolute mess over here. So I'm going to leave that sit there. I'm going to get a different plate for this. I look smaller. It's the angle. Thank you for saying that. But I promise you it's the angle. I lost a pound. There's no way that I look that drastically different losing a singular pound. There's no way, but thank you. Thank you. All right, this is spice pumpkin. Let me do just a little bit more of that. At the gym, working out, listening to you. I probably need to go to the gym. I really probably should. Hello, Peggy. Oh, I just made a mess. Just made a mess. Got it all over my hands. All right. Okay. Rather be crafting. Same. All right, so we're going to take our little sponge here. And I'm going to go into the spice pumpkin. Just like we did all the other ones. So we've got spice pumpkin. Then we're going to go into that there canyon orange. And I'm going to try to swipe it across. Do it that way. And then I'm going to go into white. And I'm going to grab me some white at the bottom. Kind of looks like candy corn a little bit. But no yellow. And I'm going to work that orange into like a little bit of a lighter shade. And let me go grab some more of that canyon orange. And we want a lighter shade. All right, so we're gonna do the beak like so. If I can hold on to it. There we go. So my beak looks like this, just like that. And that is what the sponge looks like. Hello. All right, next. We do need to do the little beak right here, I think. Or maybe not. Let me go look and see how the picture goes. Let me see. Let's see. I think it's like the bottom, like it's like the nose. I think it should be yellow. Let me cut this off. I dropped it. I dropped that in there. All right, let me do this yellow. I'm just going to bounce around this yellow and then bring it around the top. And then we'll paint over. It looks kind of like that. And then I'm going to paint in the little glasses yellow. Just like a lighter color, and then we're going to make it look like it's kind of see-through. We will tone down that yellow. All right, so in our goggles, it's going to be yellow back there, and then we're going to kind of put a little bit of a lighter shade of yellow over that so it looks a little more see-through. So I'm going to take some of this white, and I'm going to mix it in with that baby duck. Just a little bit. And I'm just gonna lightly go over the goggle area and brighten it up inside there. So it looks really, really light on the inside of the goggles. And see how the nose is a little bit darker? Well, it's not really the nose. It's probably the top of it. I don't know. Now I'm going to take this darker and I'm just going to go over that little area just a little bit more. And I'll show you what it looks like. Just like that. So we're trying to create an illusion. So when the goggles are on, and we're going to paint the outline of the goggles, inside there, it's going to be like, see how it's like a lot brighter? We're going to create that look. All right. So got the goggles, got the little thing, got the beak. We need to do our pool, and we need to do our stand and our water. We'll do our stand and our water in a few minutes. How do I want to do the, hang on. How do I want to do, so I did pink floaties. I did this color shirt. I think we should do our little snorkel purple. Purple like the pool. I think we should do that. Let's do purple, and then on the little details, we'll do like a bright color. And so I'm gonna do, what color was that? This was Perfect Perry. Perfect Perry. Sprinkled, thank you for sprinkling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna do Perfect Paris. Thought you already did these. There's 5 of them, and I did 2 of them. We have 3 more to do. All righty, let's do that. And for this, we're gonna do a skinny little sponge. I'll cut it in half. The surfboards, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see how they turn out tomorrow. I cannot wait. All right, so do you see the purple in the pool? Okay, that's what I'm trying to create here, is this purple color. So we're gonna do this here, and then we're gonna do this here, and we're gonna mix the colors a little bit. It's like a hybrid color between the two. And we're going to do the little snorkel, just like so. And then I'm gonna come back over it, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of, no, I'm gonna grab a little bit of white at the bottom of our sponge and dip it in to this little area here and create like a lighter shade. Kind of like that. And I'm gonna do just kind of along the edge. It's not really going along the edge, it's going along the whole thing. It's fine. I just wanted to create like a little highlight. I like that. I have to go back over it. Let me try one more time. Let me do along this edge. Just a little bit. And now let me go back over this. That's better. It gave us a little bit of a highlight on there. That looks pretty good. All right, now we need to line our goggles, okay, with that purple. So what I'm gonna do is go in with this purple. I think this might work. I'm gonna need some glasses though, because I can't see nothing. Oh, let me sand this. Let me sand it. Let me sand. After, oh good, goodness gracious. Y'all, there is like an entire spider web happening over here. Hold please. Like, I wish you could see this spider web. I know that there is like, hold on. There is like a funnel. It's one of them funnel spiders. I'm not quite sure where it's at, but I know it's in there. Do you see my brush? It's literally covered in a spider web. Look at that. Do you see that? Ow. I just bumped my knee. That hurt. No joke, there is a spider over here. All right, let's sand. Let's get us a sponge. Let's use a sponge. I'm gonna lightly sand it. All right. I'm gonna go around our goggles. Best I can. This marker wants to bleed. I think it's one of those spiders that builds like the cone, like a funnel. Not sure what they're called, but there's one over here. Do you remember the Budweiser commercials with the bullfrogs? I don't remember. As long as he doesn't decide to visit you. Oh, it's somewhere. There's got to be one somewhere over here. Not sure, but somewhere. All right, so definitely need to add this little purple right there. And I'm going to add a little bit of purple right here. And then we'll do our little detail. Okay, so our goggles look like so. It bled a little bit from the marker, but I think it'll be okay. All right. Let's do a little gray for the reflection. Like just a little. And then we're gonna do black for the eyes. That's not black. Where is, oh, here it is. Here it is. This is black. So let's do the little eyes black. In the goggles. Now you could do your goggles a different color, but my duck is yellow. And so little eyes in there are yellow. Let's try it. Let's do a little bit more. Just a little. Frogs are singing. Okay. All right. All right. Snorkel is ready for the little color details on right here and like right here, like the mouthpiece. So our duck is good there. Okay. Let's go ahead and just stick this stuff on here so we can see what it looks like. So we can start building this sucker out. All right, let's put the little beak on. Okay. So that looks like that. The little hair. Looks like that. Wing. Oh, I'll have to fix this wing. Made a little mess. Every time you hear the bullfrogs, you think of the Budweiser commercial. I have to look that up. I don't know what that commercial is. All right, so there is the duck. Looks so stinking cute, right? So cute. Okay, and now let's do our pool. So we've got our purple, and then I said I wanted to do green, which I believe the green that I had done was this one. And this is Irish moss. So I'm gonna put some Irish moss there. And let's also do this here festive green. So stinking cute. All right. Alrighty, and then let's do this here foliage green. Now you can add whites to these greens to change it, but I'm gonna go with this. That's Irish moss, foliage green, and then not gonna use mistletoe. All right, so we're gonna do our green grass first. And I'm gonna go into this green here, which is that festive green. So festive green. And let's go into this lighter color, which is foliage green. We got two greens here, and our sponge looks like that. And we're gonna do our grass. for this. A little bit different than we did the other two. So my grass looks like that. A little bit brighter. Let's do this one. And that one looks like this. So we got our grass done. And now we need a brush. And that brush that I used is where? Where did that brush go? I think it was possibly this one. I think it was this. It's just a wide brush. Or a flat brush. Sorry, it's a flat brush. I got some weird bristles. I need to trim it. All right, water. Just a little. Just to get my brush wet. I need a paper towel. And I'm going to get another plate. Okay. So we're going to go in and do our pool. We are going to do the electric pink. Hello, hello. Look at that electric pink right there. That is beautiful. And then let's do the melon color. "77 degrees in Michigan." That's pretty nice. Listen, I'm from Indiana, and normally it doesn't get warm until like June. This is dragon fruit. And I'm just putting these colors on this plate over here. We don't need that much paint, but I always end up doing more than I need. Okay, so we're gonna do purple, pink, and then the green. So that is what we're gonna do for this pool. All right, so I've got my plate here, and I want to do, so this is my other little pool that I did before. And so I'm gonna kind of change up the color pattern, and I'm gonna do, let me do, I'm gonna do pink in the middle. Purple at the bottom, pink in the middle, and like that bright green at the top. So we're gonna do purple at the bottom, and we're gonna go in with this here. What was that color? Perfect Perry? No, Purple Rain. So this one's Purple Rain, this one's Perfect Perry. And we're gonna come and get this purple here. And then we're gonna get some of this purple here, and we're gonna put them kind of side by side to each other with the same brush. Okay. And then we're gonna get us a little bit of white. And we're gonna kind of scoop up that color, and we're gonna do purple at the bottom. So let's go ahead and paint that purple at the bottom. And it may not be the exact same way the other pool is done, but it'll be fine. It will be just fine. got this. I'm going to come in and scoop up this lighter color and come back through. So we're going for, like, I don't know if you can see it. It's probably because it's wet. This darker, this lighter, some white. And then we're going to come in and grab this and grab that. And then we're going to come back through and try this again. Sometimes you just need a little water to help you along. It's going to be fantastic. All right, scooping it. Scooping it up. And this lighter purple at the bottom. So this has got a little bit more of a blue undertone than a purple, I feel like. Just need to add some of that purple. Okay. So it looks like this. That's not too bad. Let's come in here with a little bit of that lighter shade. Hello, everyone. I'm really trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here. All right, now in that little gap there, I'm going to do a little bit lighter color. Just try to tone it down just a smidge. I'm going to come through and just create a little highlight. Like really subtle. Not a lot. Just enough. So just a little, not a lot. All right, let's clean out this brush. We need it again for our electric pink. Looks good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, next, let's do the pink in the middle. And I'm going to grab this pink here. That's that electric pink, which is so beautiful and powerful and vibrant. And we're going to get this darker pink here. And kind of stick them side by side. And we're going to pull from both shades. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white on this brush. And we're just going to tone this pink down over here. Just a little bit. I'll come back and grab this. All right, so we're going to scoop up this pink and grab that electric pink. And we're going to go in with our brush. And paint this. Now I just got out of the lines in the purple, so I have to clean that up. But I think I can do it. Come back through. I probably should have primed this, and I didn't. Such a bummer. Now we're going to come back through here with this white. Just a little. And we're just going to blend it into our pink down there. So our pool now has this kind of a look. I do need to clean up that purple though. All right, now we're gonna do our green. And that's gonna be the color at the top. I don't want any pink in there. All right. Let's change that one for a new one. Hello from West Virginia. What's up? Okie doke. So remember, our pool inspiration is this one right here, and we're going to come back and add in a little bit of shading and details as we get our colors put in. But for right now, we're just putting our color down. So we're just getting our color placed, and then we're gonna add the little details later. So I wanna do a green that is like the beach ball right here. So see how that pink and green is? I love that. All right, so we're gonna do green right here. And I'm gonna do this green, which is Irish moss. And I'm going to do a little bit of white with the Irish moss and make a lighter shade next to that. Like a really light color. And then go get some of that Irish moss there. And we're going to come pick up that color. So we're going to come in to the bottom here. First thing we're going to do is lay our color down. We'll come back and add our little depth here momentarily. Let's get a little more of that white. And scoop up that color there. All right. I think these colors are so good next to each other. I am absolutely getting out of the lines. There goes the horn honking. Y'all, they've been repaving our road for 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. I'm so ready for it to be done. All right, I'm gonna come back with this darker color. Just a little bit. And then we're going to come in with a white and highlight the top of this. Just a little. I mean, it's just a little bit of highlight there. Then we're going to come in with that green. What is that green? Festive green. Festive green right there. You see it on that plate? It's very vibrant. Hello, hello. And we're just going to come through the bottom of our, like the little part of this pool with that little bit of color there. And blend it just a little bit. Just like that. So now our pool looks a little highlighted, a little bit. Now we need to go in to our pool here and grab that color. And we're going to do a lot lighter shades for this because it's inside. We're just going to go through like so. For the inside of our pool. So it's just going to be like a lighter shade on the inside. I need a cup of water. All right, let's do our pink. So we got our pink. And we're going to do a much lighter shade of pink. On the inside here. And I'm not going to add any shading or anything special. Just that pastel-y color. All right, purple is next. And I'm going to take this purple, mix it with some white. And it's going to go right in here. So it will look like that. Kind of softer shades that kind of loop on the inside. Did you get your air fixed out there? No, I did not. No, it's just off. I'm sweaty, but it'll be okay. It's not like 100 degrees. But I did not get it fixed. I was going to do it this weekend, like go and try to figure out what was wrong with it. But then I decided, you know, I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I just kind of chilled out this weekend. Didn't do much. All right. I don't think I need this brush for anything else for this one. Okie doke. Now we're going to do our blue. So I'm going to try and use this plate. For our blue. I think I can make it work. All right, so for our blue, we did crisp blue, white, and Blue Haven. That was too much. Always is. Blue Haven. And we need a sponge. Alrighty. So we need to do our water droplets. We'll come back to that stuff here in a second. Might need to have a few bottles of water out there for your studio. I have water in this cabinet. I do. I have water in the cabinet. I'm gonna put these little water droplets on this piece of tape. Right there. Okay, well, wait, I need you to do these the way that they go. All right, so this one goes this way. I believe this one, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, hang on. No, this one goes this way. And then these two go this way. All right, let's get our blue. Okay, so same way with the other colors. We're gonna load up the top and then we're gonna load up the bottom. And then we're gonna blend them in our sponge, kind of like that. Okay, so we're gonna go around our little water puddle here. This could also be grass, but I'm making it a water puddle. I definitely feel like that makes more sense. Got to paint the middle. All right. Just want to blur it. Just a little bit. Not perfect. Okay, that's how it looks so far. All right, now we're gonna do our little water droplets. And I want them to be a lot lighter and then get darker. Okay, done. Done, done, and done. Let's try this. Love my shirt. I love true crime. All right, the snorkel one is almost completely done. Let's go ahead and start sanding everything so we can start putting it together and adding our little details. All right, so I'm gonna get that purple that I had and we're gonna go along this line here. Just along this line. Not exactly what I want it to look like, but it'll work. And we're gonna do pink. That looks absolutely terrible. And then we're gonna do green along the top. You're falling asleep? I know, it's so soothing. I'm trying to really focus on, you know, this project and not take up too much of anybody's time tonight. All right, so we're gonna glue this onto here. Oh, wait. I'm gonna do our little lines here. And let's do that green. Oh, I should have done both sides. Do this pink. There we go. Okie doke. All right, let's glue this on. So cute. I really try to get as much stuff done as I possibly can. And somehow I'm like, oh, you can do it. You can do it. And then I realize I'm like, gosh, it takes way longer than I thought. I'm a little slower than I anticipated. All right, let's sand our grass just lightly, just smoothing out the paint. All right, this one goes here. These little ducks are so cute. But I feel like if I painted them and didn't show people how to do them, people would ask me like how to paint them. We're night owls. I'm a night owl too. Why sand? I like to sand the paint smooth so it feels like butter. I don't like a rough paint texture. Like this has a roughness to it that I don't like that roughness. I want to be able to feel it and it be like buttery smooth. I guess it's from my furniture painting days when I'm like, oh gosh, nobody wants a rough paint job on their furniture. And so I think that's probably where it started. Is I really love. Oh my goodness. How cute is that? Okay, so far so good. Let me check and see what's happening here with this little spot because I think I'm gonna have to paint that green because you can see it from the pool. All right, let me do this just a little back up in there. So in your little pool where your little snorkel goes right there, you're gonna need to paint that right there, that spot right there. Paint it green. Okay, next. Oh, let's do our little water droplets. All right, let's glue those on. Now we're just putting stuff together. Making it come to life. My wood shifted right here. I don't know if you can see that. It'll be okay. There's our water droplets on that side. And then our little water droplets over here. So cute. Oh, thank you. Well, listen, I'm teaching you guys how I do it so that you guys can literally practice and replicate what I do because practice makes progress. You will never get better if you don't practice and try. All right, let's sand down our little duck. Need to add our little details. All right, let's do the eyebrows and our smile. Smile's going to be brown like the other ones. And then let's do, I did black eyebrows. Let me do black. Oh, we gotta do cheeks. We gotta do cheeks. I almost forgot. Our ducks need cheeks. Where's my cheek brush? I don't think that's my cheek brush. What do I do with this? And that's not it, but I'm going to use it. All right, let me get some water. And some pink. I'll do a little pink and a little orange. That's too much orange. That's better. We just need, that's too much. I got too much paint on my brush. Just gonna pull that off of there. Just try not to get that yellow. That's better. Much better. Much, 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 much better. It's a little bit more bold than I want it to be, but it'll be all right. Okay. Now, let's do a little snorkel thing. And we're gonna paint it with this brush here. And we're gonna add pink, this electric pink. Right there and right here. Pink and purple are super cute together. How cute. Let's do a second coat. All right, let's try it. Oh, I don't even know how I'm yawning. I actually slept really good this weekend. I got extra sleep on Saturday. Avery and I went to bed at like 11 and we slept till 8:30. We got really, really decent sleep. All right. Let's glue this on. Oh, you had a pink and purple bedroom when you were a kid? You know, I can't remember having a colorful room I don't remember having like a colorful room. All right, let's do our little snorkel here. We're just gonna go around the edges before we glue it on because it's gonna be easier to do it that way. And I'm just painting the edges. I just got purple on my duck. It'll be fine. Paint it from the back side. Ah, I just got it on there. And we'll do our electric pink. So you can see how we just did like the side of it, just like that. It's kind of messy, but it'll be all right. All right, let's do the electric pink around the edge. I just made a mess. You could totally paint this like before you glue it on. I never learn. I always like learn the hard way for some reason. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so it looks like that. Not too bad. All right, let's put this away. I should stop while I'm ahead. How do you do the shading? With sponges that we create ombres. I'll show you on the next one. You probably came in late before you saw how we did all the shading. All right, let's do our little beak, which we also did with an ombre with shading, and that created that the little that dimension there. Put on our beak, just like that. And then our hair. Let's do our hair. Okay, so it looks like so. And we're gonna put on our wing, our little ducky wing. And don't stick yet, don't stick yet. Okay, so our little duck looks like so. So See how the little goggles stick out? All right, we need to do a little twinkle. We need to do the little eye twinkle. Just a little in the little goggles, just a subtle little twinkle. Little twinkle in there. Okie doke. Let's glue in our little duck into our pool. Our little snorkel duck. I mean, stop it right now. So cute. So, so cute. It's going to be so cute together. Adorbs. All right, let's sand our stand just lightly. I just want to smooth it. And let's see, how does this look here? Let's spin this one around. It doesn't really matter which way we do it. Let's do it this way. Okay, snorkel duck. Okay, so this one's got the beach ball. So cute. This one is a snorkel, and this one is in the pool with the little duck and the little arm floaties. So cute. And they all have the little water puddle. And this one has a little water puddle too. I mean, do you see how it just looks so good? All right, so this is how this one looks. Splashing in the pool, little snorkel. All right, next. Let me go get some water for my water bottle. Where did I put it? Oh, my water's empty. No way. Hang on. Never mind. I found it. Like, I know for a fact I brought water out here. Okay, put this back. Okay, next. Right, let's get rid of this one. And we can still use that. All right, which one is next? Let's do the one with the little hat, the little sun hat. This one's cute too. So this one has a little sun hat. Sun hat there, the little feet, the little drink, the straw, a brim to the hat, the piece for the drink, and why do I feel like I'm missing? I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm not missing anything with this one. All right, so we're gonna paint our duck first. Go ahead and get that done. Then we'll do our feet and our beak. Okay, so in case you weren't here before, we did true ochre at the top. We did golden straw in the middle, and then baby duck. Now, there's a lot of baby duck there because I was painting the goggles, like the goggles of the little snorkel. So we're gonna go back in and we're going to change the colors that are on here to these three right here, okay? That's going to be our duck color. So we're going to scoop up the true ochre at the top. Okay, and then we're going to get that golden straw in the middle, just like this. And then we're going to get that baby duck at the bottom, just like that. And that was too much baby duck. And now we're going to create our little ombre. Just like that. Now we're going to go all the way around our little duck here with the lightest color in the middle. We're going to go all the way around. Our little duck. Keeping the lightest part in the middle. Now we'll probably do some sort of different colored drink. Now I've angled my sponge to bring in a little bit of brightness more in the middle than what we had. And then I can go around the edges of my duck and make it like a richer color. There's a little shadow from under the hat. You have to use your imagination. And just bring in the little colors. I like that. I'm just going to do that dark on the ends there. Like around a little cheek. So it looks kind of like this. See how it's bright in the middle and then it's got the colors on the outside? That's exactly what I want. All right, so the duck is done. Now we're going to do the beak and the feet. And we're going to move our tape over here so we can do our beak and our little feet. And I'm going to do my feet next to each other. And we're going to go and get our orange. And so we did canyon orange and spice pumpkin, and then we also included some white. So go into the canyon orange. I'm going to go into the spice pumpkin. Kind of at the bottom. And right here, we're going to just bounce it like this. And we want to tone down that spice pumpkin with a little bit of that white right there. So now you can see what it looks like. Just like that. Now we're going to go from the top with the dark. We're going to work our way down to the bottom of our little feet. And then we're going to do the same thing for our beak. And that's going to give us this color. It looks like that. Okay. And you can do it with a sponge. I'm telling you, if you practice, sometimes people can't do it with a brush. You could do it with a sponge. You just have to keep practicing. Hello, hello. You've been watching the project that was on this afternoon. Yes, we did the surfboards. Those are my favorite. Well, the crab is my favorite. All right, so we've got our little duck. What's up, Gwen? And now we're gonna add our little beak. And when you add the little beak, you'll see how it's got that, it's not just a solid color. And we're gonna add our little feet to the bottom. Just like so. Oh, the feet go on this side. Like that. Okay. So now we've got our little beak and our 2 feet, and now we've got our little colors happening. Okay, so now we want to do our little drink. So I don't know if you can see this. So our umbrella and our glass and our straw are all separate pieces. Even this little sliver right here that's connected. So we want to paint that piece. Our straw, our glass, our umbrella is here. Okay. So we want to take apart the top of this, and we want to paint the glass a light blue, like a lightish blue. A really light blue. Probably need to add a little more white to that. Okay, so our glass is going to be like a light blue. And then on this side of the straw is the rest of our glass. I'm not going to break that off because I don't want to lose it. So I'm just going to paint it, and then I'm going to pop that off of there and paint my straw. So let's make sure that our color looks accurate for our little straw. It does not look accurate, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more blue to the top and blend that a little bit better than I did. And now I think our cup looks a lot better. So I'm going to pull off this little piece here. Gently. Try not to break it. So I want to paint my straw. Okay. So we got our little piece for our cup. Now we've got our straw here. And I think I'm going to do my straw purple. Purple straw. So let's do a purple straw, because that'll stand out in our little cup there. And then we will do some stripes on our purple straw after it dries. And we're going to do the umbrella for our straw. that electric pink color. And then we will do purple. No, let's do green. Let's do green. Let's do that green. Let's do that green here. I need my glasses. What did I do with them? I guess I did. I set them over here. Hang on. Sorry, I put my finger right on them. Okay. All right, now I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do green down the middle. Our umbrella. We're gonna make it colorful. It's a colorful drink. Did you use the sponges when you did furniture? I did sea sponges, and sometimes I used like car sponges, but I mostly painted and did color blending with baby wipes. And I've shown you guys that some of the furniture that I've painted with baby wipes and the different techniques that I did to get those looks. All right, so we're gonna do white on our straw. Like a white and purple. Just kind of like that. Okay, so our umbrella is pink and green, which we need another coat of that green. And then I'm going to do a little highlight down the middle of it with some white. Just like a little. Just a subtle little bit. All right, so straw, umbrella, and now we need to do our drink. And so this piece goes on the other side of our cup like so. Now we're gonna do our cup, and I think we should do, let's do a green, like a limeade. Let's do like a limeade. Now our little ice pieces, they also come out. You can see they're just kind of tabbed in there. You can pop those out. And I'm gonna pop them out and leave them on my tape here. Okay. We're gonna put them back in. And we're gonna paint our cup with our drink. We're gonna do it like a limeade. So I'm gonna take my green sponge and I'm gonna do the lightest shade of green, which I need to get some. made. So we can have like a limeade. And let's do a little bit of that dark green at the bottom of our cup. And blend it kind of upwards. There we go. And let's do like the top of our cup. So it's like a lime drink. Okay, and then our ice cubes are going to be white. I need a sponge. I'm gonna cut this and just do it. I do the scissors. I don't know what I did with the other scissors. All right, we're gonna paint our ice cubes white. Ooh, that one's coming apart. I'll have to glue that together. All right. Oh, I've gotten better and better. I think I got better too. I think I'm improving. A piece of my ice just came off the top, so I gotta glue it back together. All right. Let's do that. And then we're gonna take over the top of that and add the green. Like just a little, like a soft hue, because it's in the drink, right? It's in the limeade. All right, so all right, I do a little sanding. All right, I'm going to put my duck together, but I'm going to sand it first and do its cheeks and its eyes. And let me do the smile. And then we need to do the cheeks. Where'd that brush go? I had that brush sitting somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. We're gonna add some water to a plate. Make us our little cheek color. And just gonna lightly do it on each side. Like so. Just subtle for this one. Okay, let's sand our beak. To do the eyes of our beak, or the eyes of our duck. Go around. Normally I trace the whole eye, but I'm just gonna trace it like this. It'll be fine. Let's do this one. Ooh, I'm getting out of the line so bad. I mean, we will only notice it whenever you look like up close. Trying to make it match. All right. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me zoom in just like a little bit. So you guys can see like what, you don't need to see my face. Okay, so beak, eyes, let's do our little twinkle. Our little eyes. We'll do our hat here in a second. Let's do our feet. And we want to make sure that our feet get glued on correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and add on the stand and put on one of these little feet. And line this up. Okay. You just don't want to glue your foot down into your stand because that won't look good. I mean, how cute is that? How cute. All right, limeade it is. And we're going to add glue everywhere. That way when we put everything together, it's all going to go and fit like a glove. All right, umbrella. Straw. And I'll go over the straw with a little bit of that green. There's that green. There's the green. There's the green. Just to make it like foggy. Okay, so I just kind of went over the straw and made it a little dim. And now in these little openings, we're going to put our little ice pieces. Right inside our little drinks. Just like so. So, got our little drink. Now we need to put our little triangle on. Oh, hang on. Let me sand. See this side here. We're going to go over our straw. Just like we did our cup. Ooh. Ooh, that was too much. Just trying to add little highlights. Lots of patience. All right, umbrella. And then I will do our little highlighted piece there. So let me do, just doing a little, like a little glow along the side of our cup. Okay, so our little drink looks like this. It's not too bad. It could be better. Like our cup could be a little bit lighter. Let me get blue. Let me get that light blue over there. Mix it with some white. I'm just going to go over this cup just a little bit. Just to kind of create some, like a little bit of like a glare. Make it look like it's a cup. I mean, just kind of like that. Now, I don't really have the steadiest hand, so some stuff got a little off, but it's okay. It'll be all right. Okay, a little tropical drink there. Let's sand our umbrella. Sand that. All right, now we're going to paint our hat. And I think we need to do our hat the color of the shirt here, just to coordinate the little ducks here. So for that, we did Sea Breeze. Thank you, Janie. Appreciate it. All right, Sea Breeze and some white. And we need a sponge. All right. Sea Breeze it is. And some white. Okay, so my sponge looks like that. Get a little bit more white. Okay, now we're gonna do our hat. Kind of this ombre. I'll come in and get darken up that top there. And then down the sides. and kind of keep that center kind of lighter. So I'm just kind of working my color like so. And then we're going to come around the edge. And then a little bit like across the bottom. Okay, and then let's do the hat trim. Electric pink. Let's do it that pink color. And we're just gonna tone it down just a smidge. And it'll coordinate with like our floaties and our pool and like that. Hello everyone. All right, we have one more to do after this. And then our duck set will be completely finished. Oh, we gotta do the water. All right, let's let these dry while we do our water. All right. So we're gonna use the same sponge, my plate over here. And we're gonna get that, what is that? What's that blue? Crisp Blue and Blue Haven. So Crisp Blue and Blue Haven. And that's how I'm doing the blend. All right, so we're gonna start first with this lighter color in the middle. I'm gonna do that first. And then we'll do the outer. All right, let's go around. I did a very vibrant blue. Let's do that. Just gonna blend around. This is a really awkward shape, so just have to keep going around until I get it right. There we go. I'm not going to do much more than that. Okay. All right, let's try it. They look cute enough to squeeze. I think so too. I mean, look at our little snorkel. The little snorkel duck. My hands are so covered in paint. All right, so let's sand our hat. And our little pink. And then let's do our blue. All right, let's put our little hat on. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I'll probably paint the edges of the hat because I think it'll probably look better. Let's paint the hat. And I'm not painting the back of these. All right, the last one has a floaty. It's really cute. There's also huggers that are the ducks too. I think they're really cute as well. Glue on this, and then we'll see how they look so far. I mean, how cute. Oh, I should have painted that. It is what it is. I should have painted that piece on the hat. Let me just drag this through here. Do my best. How adorable. Let's put on the stand. Okay. Oh, getting better at painting the edges. Well, sometimes I paint the edges, sometimes I don't. I think it just depends on, like, it's really a matter of preference. I don't really mind that the edges aren't painted because nobody comes to my house and like looks at my stuff. Nobody does. I know that it's that way and it's okay for me, but some people may not like it that way. All right, let me throw this stuff away. I'm going to start over with a new piece. I'm going to keep my sponges, but I'm going to get a new piece of paper. And I'll use the same plate. Okay, the air's not working, but I at least needed to get some air circulating in here. I really need a fan. Sorry, I had to turn the fan, at least the fan on the AC, even though it's not going to cool anything. All right, we're going to do the last one. Oh. Need some paper. All right, last one, you guys. All right, let me show you what we got so far. So this little guy right here, in our little puddle. So cute. This one right here. Okay. See how they coordinate? Okay. Then we got this one. Okay. Stick them like this so you guys can see. And then we got the one with the little snorkel in the pool. And they all look like this so far. So it's a whole little like duck crew. Okay, now we got one more to do and the whole set will be done. And there's 2 videos. So if you guys get this set, there's another video doing 2 of them. And then there's this video that we're gonna do the last 3 here. Okay, last one here is this one. All right, now this one's got a little floaty, like a little floaty, the little wings, the little arms. These are shorts, the little short pieces for the little swim trunks. This one's got shades. And then this one has hair and the beak. And then the little water droplets, there's 3 little water droplets. And then this one doesn't have one. And then you've got your little stand here. These are cute. They really are. And then your little feet are down here, so we'll have to paint those. And then the little shorts will go on them. So let's start with our little feet. And we've got some paint on here. I think I can make this work. So one of the tips for you is if you're using sponges, is you can add a little water. Let me get another plate and I'll show you. So see how this isn't really doing much? It's not really doing a whole lot. If you add some water to your sponge, you can reactivate the paint that's kind of in there and reuse it. You can probably only do that a couple times. And so I'm just going to paint over our little feet, our little legs, our feet, just kind of like so. And then we're going to do our beak. And then our beak will be done. So a little bit of water will help you. All right, that beak is done. Those feet are done. Okay, so we're done with the orange. Done. All right, let's do our little inner tube. Okay, what do I want to do our inner tube? Let's do our inner tube. I was not talking to that thing. Let's do our inner tube. Let's do it pink. Let's stay with the pink theme to be like the vibrancy of our like floaties, things like that. And so we're going to do our little floaty pink. So I'm going to take this little sponge here and I'm going to do this hot pink, which is electric pink, and a little bit of white with that electric pink. And we're gonna do our floaty. Like so. So we did our floaty like that. All right, let's leave that. And we'll call our floaty done for right this moment. Let's do our duck yellow. So we're going to add some water to this. So just a little bit of water on our plate. Kind of saturate our sponge. Bring it back to life. And then I'm just going to squish it. And some of that paint. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that baby duck and that true ochre. And I think I can make this work. All right, I'm gonna start in the middle. Paint my duck in the middle. And then we're gonna go out from here. And now, see how it's really, really like harsh? So we're just gonna take that lighter color and bounce it towards the edge and lighten it up and blur it just a little bit. Just a little. And now our duck looks a little bit more blended. This little neck area, just a little bit. Okay, I think it looks pretty decent. We do need to do the wings. I did the middle first. Makes it a little easier. All right, now let's do our little wings. That's these guys. And they go on like this on each side. And let me get a piece of tape really quick. I mean, it's not too bad, y'all. It's only 11:07. That's not bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot later. The little ducks are so cute. All right. So we're gonna do lighter and then darker. Lighter and then darker. Need a little more light on the inside. Just a little bit. Okay, what else? Oh, hair. The hair. Gotta do the hair. And I don't think anything else gets painted yellow. Okay, so this is good. All right, we'll let those dry. And this is a puddle with our water. So it's gonna go back behind. So we're gonna do this puddle. Let me take off the little wings so I can use this tape and that hair. All right, so wing, not wing, it's water droplets. This water droplet goes here, and then this little one goes over here, like so. All right, and we're gonna do the water and the sponge, and we're gonna do lighter. Just like that. This one, same way. So I just did the little water like that. And then I'm gonna do the puddle. Dark. And then we're gonna blend in the light. So we don't need it to be so dark. We need it to be kind of like a lighter shade for the splash effect. You just gotta keep going over it till you get it to where you want it. All right, so that's gonna be like the middle of our stand. You know, how it gets darker on the edges. And then these are our little water droplets that are splashing out. And those are gonna get glued onto that. And then we're gonna do the puddle. So we're going to add a smidge of water. And we're gonna come in and get that blue. And we're gonna get that light blue. We're gonna do the middle first. And then we'll go around the edge. And we'll do this side. We got it. Okay, my puddle looks like that now. And then this is gonna go on there like a splash. Okay, got that, got that. We got our inner tube. We need to do our sunshades. We gotta do our cheeks. And I think we're almost done. Oh, our shorts, our little swim trunks. So let's do our swim trunks to coordinate with the other clothing, which was that turquoisey color. So that is this one. And I'm just gonna go over them, and then we'll do our little polka dots. Need some water. Here we go. We'll do our little polka dots purple. I feel like that's kind of coordinating. All right, let's dry this. What do we want our shades to be? Let's do our shades. We could do green shades. Like a colorful, vibrant green. Let's do green shades, shall we? And then I'm gonna add a little bit of white. So I just got the Irish moss and then added a little white to make us like a bright, colorful green. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of that dark. do our shades. There we go. So I did it like a faded kind of color. So colorful shades for our duck to keep with the vibrant colors. And then let's do the cheeks. Need to do the cheeks. Let's get us some water. And I'm just gonna try to reactivate that paint that's already in there. Let me sand this. Just a little, and do our little cheek and our other little cheek, just like that. So they gotta have cheeks because they've been sun tanning. I did green shades. I did the pool floaty, the pink. I'm trying to do like the colors, like colorful. All right, the purple, let me sand this. We will do purple. We'll do purple dots for our swim trunks. Those are cute. I'm trying to make them all coordinate. Cute little swim trunks. All right, what else? Let's do the little valve on our pool, floaty purple. And then let's do the highlight on our pool floaty. You know that little reflection there? So it looks kind of like that. All right, what else? The little reflection on our shades. That little shine. And now let's do our eyebrows on our duck. Our smile is brown. Okay. Let's make sure everything's dry. And we'll sand and assemble, and I think it's done. These are this is probably like, y'all, I know it took forever, and rightfully so, because these are just too cute to just paint a single color. They really are just too cute. All right. Holy cow. All right, let's glue on the hair. Do the edges for gluing? I'll probably do it after because I don't know what I want to paint. Not everything got the edges painted. Some stuff did. Some stuff didn't. The shades, let me go ahead and sand those lightly. I don't know if I didn't do the beak. All right, and let's do the beak. So shades, beak. Oh, thank you. I mean, how cute is that? All right, let's do the little wings on our little floaty. So we went to Walmart Saturday and we took Avery. And we went and got new like pool floaties and things like that, some pool noodles. They had some tropical blue pool noodles and some pink ones. And she was like, I need a floaty. And I said, okay, what floaty do you want? And so she was like, we have to go shop for one. So she found this Barbie floaty at the Walmart. And I was like, girl, you need a Barbie floaty? And she was like, yes. I was like, but you can swim. And she was like, but I need it for lounging. I was like, oh, so you're going to lounge in the pool? And she's like, yes. She wants to lounge. It's like, okay, girl, whatever you say. You cannot tell me that is not the cutest. Holy cow. Adorable. All right, which one goes where? This one goes on that side. This one goes over here. I cannot stand how cute it is. I just can't. It's so cute. She is funny. I really wish I could just follow that child around with a camera because, like, the whole way home from Pooler, because if you're new here, you're not sure where I live in Georgia. I live near Savannah, and there's the town we go shopping in has literally everything. Is called Pooler. We don't really go to Savannah that often unless we absolutely have to. We just don't go to Savannah. But so we went to Pooler, and on the way back, I had to take her home to her parents' house, which was about, I don't know, 35-40 minutes away from where we were. And so she is asking us, you know, ask me to spell a word. So the whole way home, we're like trying to think of, me and April are trying to think of like 3-letter words, 4-letter words. And then she's like, I can spell new homes. She said, I can spell new homes. She saw a sign and she read it and it said new homes. Oh my gosh. She was just cracking me up. She really was. New homes. So we get to her house. You know, she's spelling house and roof, and we asked her to spell park and stop and cat and fog and dog and like all kinds of different things we asked her to spell. And I think I sanded that. I did. And so we get to the house, to her house, and she tells her mom, she's like, I can spell new homes. And I thought, oh my gosh, she is just too funny. Too stinking funny. All right, I'm going to stick this. So I put glue on the back of here. I'm just going to stick it in this little opening here. And I'm going to put the water splash on the back and glue this on. How long has Avery been swimming now? Well, this is our 3rd year to have our pool, so, right? Yes. No, this is our 2nd. No, it's our 3rd. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is our 3rd year, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, how cute. This is adorable. Absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh. Do you see how stinking cute this is? Oh my gosh. So nervous to make them look as cute as you've done. Christine, stop. First of all, like, if y'all see Christine commenting there and she's like, I'm so excited to get these ducks. Yeah, so nervous to make them look as cute as you have done yours. Christine is one of many people who post in the sharing group that I have. And Christine is one of, you know, several people that is like a powerhouse painter. She like knocks it out the park every time, and amazes me. She absolutely amazes me. Absolutely gorgeous. She does the most beautiful work. But do you see how I did the little shadows here? Like there's little shadows in our little duck. She's like, no, really, I'm serious. Girl, you are so good. You are so good. So let's take a look at these. Let's go over here to this little section, and I'm going to show you what they look like. That one got paint on it. All right, let me clean these up really, really quick, like, because we are done. We are D-O-N-E with our painting. You want the ants? Oh, we're going to paint the ants. The ants are coming. Like, they're in the shop, but I'm going to paint the ants. And I want you to know I still have my lid. I still got it. Okay. Let's go over to this little area. I just make sure this is good and glued in. Tammy Garrett, you are late. I think this is the 2nd year. This is going to be the 3rd. Yes. So the 3rd year. The 3rd year. Alright, that's in the trash. And I definitely am going to have to... Let me go put these over here, and I'll come back and get my phone. I'm going to set these up over here so you guys can see them. These have to be the cutest thing I think I've ever seen. Okay. Let me grab my phone. I'm so hot. I gotta get that air conditioning fixed. Hang on. There we go. Look at those. Look at those. Look at those. Look at this one. It's a little lime drink. So cute. This one. And then this is the one we just finished. This one we did tonight. And then look at this one. I mean, look at how cute those are. How adorable. So these come individually. So you can get them individually by themselves. Like if you just want this one with the little snorkel, you can get this one. You want this one. If you want all of them, there is a set option. So if you're wanting the whole set, you need to go look up the set, okay? Because if you get these individually, you're going to pay more. If you get them as a set, you're going to save money, okay? So don't forget that. So individually, and they're titled what they are, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then there's a set. And down by the comment area, there's a little chain link there. I added the link to the newest collection, okay? And then, do you see the little puddles? See how we did the little colors for our water? And then our little splashes. And then we did the little edging. It's very subtle. It looks really drastic when you're first painting it on, but it's really subtle. The little shading of our ducks. And we did all those color blends. And so even though my lines aren't perfect, it looks like there's a little bit of movement in our pool. And see how we did the little pastel pink in the back and left this light, like darker? It makes it look more dimensional in the back. And then the purple snorkel, and then we got the little purple detail for like the little, you know, the little inflator area. This pool's a little different. And then this guy, just chilling. Just chilling. So these are our little ducks. I will take these with me to the warehouse and I'll take a picture of them. And I'm going to download these videos and I will save the videos in case you guys want to go back and like paint these the way that I did. You can just follow each step that I did. It's a lot of the same repeating process. Now I got raindrops on this little eye because it was raining when I came out here. And these were in my car, so I had to carry them in. But I coordinated this shirt with this hat. All the little details, like the green is in the beach ball in this pool. So I try to do coordinating colors. This one just doesn't have any green, but it's got green in the grass. So hopefully you guys like the ducks. They're so super cute for summer. And I'm going to go home. I'm going to go across the yard and I'm going to go relax and chill out, and I will take pictures. I'll take them home with me. And then tomorrow day, we're going to do the mermaid, the glass cutout mermaid. And then tomorrow evening, I can't remember what I said I was doing tomorrow evening. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, it's T-shirt Tuesday too. We have new T-shirts. Wednesday, I think I said I was going to do the ants. Tomorrow night, let's do a hutch. Let's do the strawberry hutch tomorrow. I'll try to remember that. Then Wednesday we'll do the ants. For Wednesday or Friday we'll do the ants. So probably Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right. Thank you. Safe travels, right? I don't want to get eaten by anything for sure. But y'all enjoy your night. I hope you have a blessed evening. I'll be on tomorrow somewhere between 1 and 2, somewhere in that vicinity. I usually try to do the videos in the afternoon after I've had lunchtime. And so I'll be on to do the glass craft tomorrow. And then I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I am working on new glass cutouts tomorrow. basically the rest of this week. So I've got to just get them all test cut, photographed, and we'll have new ones of those. And I can't think of anything else. But y'all enjoy your evening. Don't forget to check out our t-shirts tomorrow. We have a bunch of brand new t-shirt designs, and you can see them when you go to just the t-shirt collection. So on T-shirt Tuesday, you don't need a code. Any t-shirt that is on sale is going to show up in the price, and we usually update that T-shirt Tuesday page. And I'll probably do that before I go to bed tonight so that they'll be active tomorrow. I don't know what, I think it'll probably be summer and patriotic and everyday and probably something else. I don't remember, but that's it. All right. Y'all enjoy your night, and I'll see you next.